is going on out there, peeps? All right, we're trying to make sure that we cover all the news today because I kind of been slacking a little bit. And some of that news includes Vietnam, man. That's right, Vietnam. Look, by the way, this picture is absolutely gorgeous. And just so you know, this particular, I don't want to call it a hotel, but an apartment complex. So these top floors are the condos, just so you know. And this is what I was talking about. It's $1,000 a month on the water. And you have a gym and a pool on the top. And that includes all utilities. It looks really good at night. I don't know what it looks like on the inside of the day, but I'm just saying for $1,000 a month and everything is inclusive and it looks like this. That's pretty gorgeous if you ask me, okay? So anyways, let's get into this. Pimpy's Investment Chat, as you guys are all aware, I have a Facebook group with the same name as the YouTube channel. In here we do talk about the Vietnam Dong, the Iraqi dinar, gold, silver especially, and cryptocurrencies. So I will leave a link in the description. It is free to come join us. Come on over and join. We have the hidden things in front of your eyes. In here we do talk about NESARA, GESARA, current events, political things, and those things that some people consider to be conspiracies. Dun, dun, dun. All right, you guys, look, also in there is a link. I want to show you something because, man, it's been going crazy. If you don't mind, give me just a second here. Sidebar. Hold on. I want you guys to pay attention to something here real quick. I told everybody that there was going to be a July run on cryptocurrencies. And I ain't going to lie, I was stressing a little bit because I have a lot of money pumped into cryptocurrencies, a lot. And the one I have all my money into is Ethereum. So at the time, I think it was like 174, 178. And I have like 35 of these bad boys. But sure enough, God, thank you. There has been a run on cryptocurrencies. So they're on some kind of run right now. And you can tell this isn't an artificial pump because usually what happens, you see one or two cryptocurrencies running and the rest, yeah. But no, there's a lot of them meeting their 52-week high range, if not beating them. And Ethereum's one of them. We're even seeing XRP make a movement, which, you know, I bash them all the time. Because, anyways, Cardano, XLM, and Digibyte, for some reason, is favorite to people. But for the most part, it is doing what we thought would happen in July. Gold to silver still looks sexy, by the way. Okay, so let's get into what's going on over there in Vietnam, because this is where our money is. All right, so Japanese firm choose Vietnam for production and expansion. So again, once again, I've been saying this a zillion times. With the trade war with China and Trump, and now China exporting the Rona around the world, man, there's a huge part of me that thought this, I definitely believe this was a pandemic. The goal was to push the entire world into that it's called the Great Reset. You hear them talking about it. It's this one world socialist government is what they're pushing. And so when I saw that, and they literally say on their website, they've been planning this for 50 years. Except for they got one huge problem. Yeah, bad orange man, keeping that from happening. That's exactly what's in the way. Let's hope this is legitimate and Trump does bring us back to the gold standard. So here we go back to what's going on in Vietnam because they are benefiting from the trade war as well as the fact that people are pissed at China for sending around the Rona, okay? 15 Japanese firms choose Vietnam as the destination for the production expansion within Japanese government's program to support Japanese firms to diversify the value chains in foreign countries, according to JETRO. Okay? So this is what we're looking for. So for those of you who are kind of new, we're not just talking about the currency. I look at short-term, long-term investment opportunities, both in Iraq as well as in Vietnam. The currency is our short-term investment because it should be revaluing any day, so we'll keep an eye on it. But also, once that happens and you do get a plethora of dollar bills in your pocket, you might want to think about investing long-term is what you might want to think about, okay? So if you're looking at this, look at Vietnam as a long-term investment opportunity. Speaking at a press conference on Thursday about the program, the chief representative at JETRO in Hanoi said that amongst 30 Japanese firms selected by the Japanese Minister of Economy, Trade, and Industries from 124 applications to provide support to expand production in the Asian. 15 selected Vietnam. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's a low percentage, but we'll take it. My guess is out of the 124 applications that they spread themselves all through Malaysia, Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, Singapore. So yeah, they're all in those South China Seas, all those countries that make up the South China Sea, and these are the other countries you should be eyeballing, in my opinion. The demonstration of a huge attractiveness and positive perspective of the Vietnamese economy, he said, adding that the successful containment of the Rona was an important factor that drew Japanese investors in Vietnam. They did good. I told everybody they had a booming first quarter. It could have been a lot better. The problem that Vietnam was running into and why they didn't do much, much better is the fact that the countries that they were doing business with were shut down thanks to the Rona. Okay, so that's what kept Vietnam from really, really expanding. So their Japanese firms are saying, look, this is one of the reasons why we chose Vietnam as our destination to do business in, is because they were able to control the Rona. That makes sense to me. And in the long term, the expansion into Vietnam also aims to help the Japanese firms take opportunities from origins, rules of free trade agreements in which Vietnam is a member. Okay, so look, people are just... Look, Vietnam is definitely a place to invest in. It's actually a place I want to visit and a place I want to go visit for a little bit of a long term. Anyways, right here it says, Takeda noted that the unpredicted program was an effort to expand production and diversify values change, not a production shift out of China. Products would be in both Vietnam and China to reduce the risk when any value chains were disrupted by the Rona. In other words, people have learned their lessons. If you put all your eggs in one basket and you have all your production and manufacturing in one country and they get shut down for whatever reason, then it hurts everything. So it's better to spread the love. All right, let them spread the love out there. So just in case something else comes along, another boogeyman virus, then you are not hurting yourself. Southern Vietnam real estate market emerges of large M&As, mergers and acquisitions. Man, I cannot stress this enough. I said this about 1 billion times. The one place that you might want to consider investing into and what in of, that would be real estate in Vietnam. Okay, that's a big opportunity for people. The southern real estate markets has witnessed a series of impressive mergers and acquisitions deals. These trends is expected to be more vibrant in the near future. So regarding difficulties in real estate market post-Rona, many small-scale enterprises have operated moderately. In contrast, businesses with large financial potentials have augmented their land hunting activities. Okay, augmented. My bad. Let me get that word. Augmented their land hunting abilities. So, despite the optimistic signs of mergers and acquisition activities, most projects belong to a small number of large real estate companies, such as Hung Tin, Dat Zang, and LDG groups. But listen, Vet Homes and Vet Group are the two you should look into if you want to invest long-term in Vietnam, in my opinion. One of the most frequently mentioned names is Dan Khoi Group, which support thousands of billions of Vietnamese dollars to revitalize hibernating projects. One notable example is the acquisition from Japanese firms Sun Frontier Investment to officially become the investor of the Sun Frontier projects in Da Nang City. All right, so look, Vietnam is where we want Iraq to be, where so many outside investors are coming in, and they're open arms to all outside investors. They're actually changing the laws and changing regulations to allow outside investors in, which is a very, very smart move, and why we should think about Vietnam as long-term as well, in my opinion. Look at this. Vietnam, New Zealand boasts financial cooperation ties. What is this? More trade deals? Is this possible? The Ministry of Finance of Vietnam and the Treasury of New Zealand signed a Memorandum of Understanding, otherwise known as a MOU, outlining future financial cooperations at a ceremony in Hanoi on the 23rd. So this is what we're looking for. Again, Vietnam reaching out to the international community to do business. The reason why I say this is a big deal, because the stronger the economy of Vietnam becomes, obviously, the stronger their currency becomes. Therefore, it affects the exchange rate. The document was inked by New Zealand ambassador to Vietnam, Wendy Matthews, along with Deputy Minister of Finance Tran Yin Ha. Moving forward, the MOU looks to play an important role in organizing and materializing cooperations between both the Ministries of Finance and Foreign Vietnam and New Zealand. So this is what I keep looking for. This is what I'm looking for when we're talking about the Iraqi dinar. What do we want? We want expansion. We want growth. We want to see where they're doing. We want outside investors to come in there. What this does is it really boosts the economies there locally. And when economies are strong, that means your dollar is strong. Now keep in mind, if we do what we think we're going to do here in October, and we do remove ourselves out of the SDR basket, it will drop the value of the fiat US dollar. That will raise all other currencies, including Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong. It would raise their values against our dollars. Therefore, we really got to pay attention to what's going on. And the truth of the matter is, in order for us to move into any type of new system, we need to first crash the existing system. So don't be surprised that this is what we're doing all along. It looks like Trump is taking the Federal Reserves, he's taking their currencies or their money and buying up bonds, company debt, mortgages, you know what I mean? Credit cards. He's doing all the right things, and it looks like if he continues at this pace, he's going to sack the Federal Reserve, which is a privately owned bank with all the debt. He's going to bankrupt the Federal Reserve. He's going to. And then we'll move into a new system. Why banks achieve strong profit growth despite the Rona? Banks have reported excellent figures in the second quarter by delaying provisions for doubtful debts, which will eventually cut into the profits in the future. Some lenders achieved pre-tax profits growth of over 20% year on year, including the VIB, up 41%, which is actually really ass-kicking. HD Bank is up 40%, and VIT10 Bank is up 39%, despite early forecasts that the Rona could hit their profits this year. 18 of the 19 banks targeted average growth of 4.1 or 4.9% in pre-tax profits this year, a turnaround from the earlier forecast profits of 11.9. Of course, you're going to see a downturn. People weren't allowed to even get the hell out of their houses. So eventually they're going to get tired of being locked up, and they just keep pushing our buttons. You know what I mean? They let us out, bring us back in. Let us out, bring us back in. When is the world going to say we've had enough? Industrial insiders said that the banks are reporting good numbers because they have not made full provisions for doubtful debts. So this is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. So anyways, I showed you guys that Vietnam is once again on the currency manipulation list for its third time in a row. My guess is they're going to be able to get away with it for at least until the re-election of Donald Trump, in which you're going to see a lot of countries scurrying to make sure that they get right with Donald Trump. But more importantly, we need to focus on what's going to happen in October. If we indeed remove ourselves from the SDR basket, it will cause a drop in the currency value that we have. That means other currencies will rise against us. That means if you hold the Vietnam dong or the Iraqi dinar, just be patient, because it looks like it's going to happen this year. Okay? Alright, you guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. But you gotta admit, this does look beautiful, doesn't it? Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.